Real Madrid 1, AC Milan 3. I mean, what on earth is going on at Madrid? This has been throughout the whole season. At the beginning of the season, people were saying it's going to take time to adapt. New players. Obviously, a player like Mbappe coming to Madrid and has to obviously adapt to playing a position where he might not be 100% comfortable because he would prefer to play on the left. After the other excuses saying Jude is obviously has to adapt to playing a different role to he was playing last season. The excuses has been changing and changing every game, blood. But let's start with some of the points of Madrid, blood, yeah? Let's start with Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni is on fraud watch, bro. I said it 3 months ago. This guy here, yeah? I want to know exactly what he brings to this team. Now, he's the deepest midfielder, right? So he's there to make the defense, like, obviously have some safety because he's meant to be playing right in front of them. And he's also meant to bring more control to the team. You understand? So when he has the ball, he has to have the ability to also pick out the right passes. He has to know when to switch out plays. He has to know when to also pick out a run. You guys remember when Mbappe was frustrated and he done an interview saying France needs a player like Pogba? Yeah, because since Pogba, he hasn't had a player like that in the team that can pick out passes and find him when he makes his run, right? He was referring to Tchouaméni because if people watched France during that period, Tchouaméni was the one that had a lot of the balls and kept playing the wrong passes. Like every time he tried to play a ball in behind, the quality was just lacking. Look, I'm not saying he needs to be perfect, but if you look at Barcelona, Casado, a young kid, like he's got about 3 assists in his last 4 games? Picking out the right passes. It's not hard to pick out a pass when a striker's making a run. Just play into the space. But sometimes he just overhits it. You know what I'm saying? So he's not actually making Madrid better in the middle. Yeah. And then you move to Jude Bellingham. Yeah. They've been talking about his work ethic. Yeah. But then people also say that's where he used to play before. So what's the problem then? If he's playing as a box-to-box, so what exactly is the problem? Again, his technical ability is being exposed. Not that he's bad technically, but in comparison to the players he's compared to, like the likes of Pedri, like the likes of, Musiala, you can see he's technically not on that kind of level. You understand? Because I think last year, the amount of goals he scored put him on a pedestal where you can now see, yeah, aside from the goals, his all-round game still needs work. Obviously, he's more athletic than the other guys. Like, he's stronger. You know, he can tackle more than them. So defensive work rate is going to have that more than them because physically he's a bigger guy, you know, and a stronger guy. But that's not what Madrid paid big money for. Where's the assists? You know, 0 goals is unacceptable regardless of the circumstance of him not playing where he played last season. But now we go to the guy himself, Kylian Mbappe. I mean, we're seeing a player who's almost 26 years old, who's been averaging over 40 goals a season for the last 2-3 years. However, if you watched him properly, you can see there's a difference between being the king in France, where everyone is playing for you, you're the penalty taker, or everyone's looking for you. So you're going to get loads of chances and you're confident in yourself. And now you're seeing a different Mbappe who now is seeing the reality. I'm not even seeing Mbappe getting mad anymore, you know, when Vinny's got the ball and stuff. It's almost like when Madrid are losing, he's hoping Vinny can at least get them back to 1-1. I'm seeing an Mbappe who's just so desperate to score. That's what I'm seeing from Mbappe. Desperate to score. That's what I'm seeing from him. And football, yes, goals is important as a striker, but you have to learn to link up play. You have to learn to make players around you better while scoring goals. Because what it looks like, when he's not scoring goals, the team is bad. The team is terrible. Vinny's going to do what Vinny does. You know, he's playing in his position where he enjoys playing. He's going to dribble. And he showed that today. He showed again that he is the alpha of this team and that he is the man of all the problems. Like, he's the man to resolve the problems. You know, the penalty for Madrid to equalize, it was again Vinicius that stepped up, which said everything we need to say. He is the man of Real Madrid. And that, Mbappe can see that. And you know Mbappe couldn't step up to take that pen, knowing Madrid are losing 1-0, knowing that he's being heavily criticised throughout the whole season. And then you have Ancelotti, who is in charge. He's going to have to make a decision. Rodrigo is the easiest person to sacrifice, but top manager Ancelotti he has to know it's just not working. Like, it's just not working. Rodrigo was actually playing well before the little injury he had and whatnot. So for him to be sacrificed because he's not the big name compared to the other guys is an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke. But yeah, Madrid, terrible. AC Milan, though, I felt today very good. Leao is another player who I think can definitely make a big difference. He can be better than he is. He's got all the ability in the world to be the best in that position. You know, like there's not one thing Vinny does that Leao can't do. But the difference between Vinny and Leao is Vinny is more consistent. Vinny is more consistent and Leao is more laid back. You know, this is a guy that once upon a time said, oh yeah, I can score loads of goals, but like I don't focus on goals. I focus on just playing the game and enjoying the game. So I mean that mentality will only take you to a certain level, you know. And people like Vinny, they want Ballon d'Ors, they want all of that. Leao's playing like, you know what, I'm happy playing for a top club, getting paid loads of money. I do my music on the side, you know what I'm saying, can afford to buy whatever he wants. I think that he's reached the level of happiness where he's content. But yeah, man, listen, Madrid, terrible. Losing at the Bernabeu, back-to-back defeats at the Bernabeu, blood, against a Milan team that are not really that good either, man, is an absolute disgrace.